All right, everybody. Welcome to the week two, week three fantasy football IRL weekly recap. I am, as always, your commissioner, McKay, and I'm here with the assistant to the league manager, Christopher Osborne. How you doing, Osborne?
Doing good. Just wanted to show off the fantastic Tom Brady shirt today.
Wow, what
We'll
a
let you look at my glorious face here in a few minutes.
what a piece of trash. So we have something special for you all today. We have a guest on the show.
I'm
So
so excited.
it's a little unconventional, and this is the only way I can get it to work. But Mr. Geringer is going to be sharing the screen with Osborne today. So say hi, Geringer.
What's up, guys?
So we're just going to run through last week's games and go over which of the hosts won, and then we're going to pick next week's games. So let's get right into it. So last week, starting off with my game, I lost to Fogarty. Um, Definitely not what you want to do. Yeah, I'm not happy about it.
Any regrets?
Uh, I
Do you wish
regret.
you'd started someone else?
I regret a lot of things. I don't know. How did Mari Cooper do this week? Did he score one more point than Brandon Cooks?
He uh he did better than Brandon Cooks,
God
yes.
damn it! God, I would be.
Here, let
Ah,
me look. Let me confirm uh our Amari Cooper success for this week.
yeah.
Um,
Anyway, while you're doing that, I'll move on to it. Fogarty did.
oh,
Fog-
sorry, buddy.
Amari Cooper did not do very well though, did he?
But
How many
neither
points did he put
did.
up?
He put up 5.3 points. I think that's better than Brandon Cooks, though, right?
no, 5.3
No,
points.
Brandon Cooks put the same up, I think.
Oh man. Okay, you would have lost regardless.
Oh,
So your
okay.
decision to play Mike Wallace was your only problem. Also, roommates in the background say hi.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, obviously, Chris Thompson was the way to go, or even Brandon Marshall would have won the game.
Yeah, just anybody.
Yeah. What a shame. Anyway, you can't. You're 0-2. Let's just move on with life, right?
Yeah,
Uh, I
mm,
won the league last season. I'm hanging my hat somewhere. I'm all right.
fair enough. And hey, we're both 0-2. Who are we to give advice to each other about how to win fantasy football at this point?
That
Like,
is
it's a shame.
that is very true. That is very true. All right, so let's just move on to the next game. Here we have the Chargers and the Redskins. Now, I just want to catch us up.
Man,
I
that was
I
a
picked me
thrashing.
obviously. Um, you picked Fogarty last week, so you won that one. You won this one as well. You picked the Skins. So you wanna take us through what happened on this one?
Did Kareem Hunt have a 50-yard touchdown run late in the game?
I think he did. I think
Yeah, he had a
he.
big one.
And so
It was
if
like
you look
50
at
or
his
60 yards or
rushing
something.
yards, his rushing yards prior to his 50-yard scamper was set at like 29. This could have been a matchup. And then Kareem Hunt was like, no, no, no. We're going for a run. And that's what happened. He ran into Tom Brady throwing touchdowns all day on the Saints. It was the Saints he went against, right, Garinger? You saw that game?
Yes.
What did you think of that Saints defense in that game?
Hmm.
They're pretty trash.
What what
And that's
what
So
saying something
what defense are you
coming from
talking
a Colts
about?
fan.
so what I'm getting at is, would you start whatever quarterback is playing against the Saints the rest of the
Absolutely.
season? I think that's a good call.
I think it's a good
Um,
call.
so Tom Brady got to play against the Saints paper mache defense, and Kareem Hunt scampered for a 50-yard run. Because I mean, look at what Jimmy Graham did. Like, he put up 126 points while Jimmy Graham put up point 0.6. This team is stupid. I think I'm going to trade him Gronk for all his first round draft picks later this year. His first and second, maybe. Give him a guaranteed championship and get me a nice setup for next year. We'll see. But stupidly good team so far.
Anyway, let's move
Don't want to
on.
comment on the Saints defense, McKay.
Let's move on to Geringer's game. Geringer, I'm gonna throw you up on the screen and let you talk about this one.
All right. Well, I felt like this one was going to be, I don't know, I felt like it was going to be close, and I got a little worried when Kieran Williams was just putting up trash numbers against the shitty Colts defense, but I was able to pull it out in the end. Sitting there watching to see if Mason Crosby put up the points that Cook needed, and he didn't do it. So
Yeah, it looks like who would you say is the guy to own in Arizona right now in the backfield?
that's probably going to end up being Chris Johnson based on the performance in the Colts game, but I don't think they've probably decided yet.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be one more game.
What do you think, Osborne?
I think it's Chris Johnson. He's who I tried to add last week. Dropped him, and I was surprised no one tried to. I don't think anyone tried to get him this week. I think it was the only one because I only put him up for like $1 or $2.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's still a
but yeah,
questionable
I think
situation.
It's very questionable. They're not good. I mean, whatever it is, it's not good. If you have good running backs, just ignore it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is the best way to put it.
Okay.
That's why I was happy to see that Chris Carson finally looks like he's pulling away with the job, so I don't have to worry about whether or not Williams does well.
He picked up that Carson.
Yeah, that
I
went
picked
well.
him up before the season started.
You know, it's weird because you had Carson early on, and Poorman had Tariq Cohen.
No,
before.
It gets better. Geringer, when did you have Tariq Cohen?
I never had Tarek Cohen.
I thought you had him at one point.
No,
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought you had him and then Portman.
I wish
got
I
him.
did.
Okay.
I probably never would have dropped him. I was not in the know on Tarek Cohen.
Yeah. So,
Okay,
so
my
I'm
bad.
just saying, like these guys, the free agency pool. You know, I go and I watch videos online. And they're like, oh yeah, this is a guy to add. He's already gone in our league. Like
Every time.
Eh.
Cohen was on the Texans roster, Kemner's roster before the season started because he got dropped and he was available on Saturday before the season kicked off, and Kemner added him. So Kemner's got him, and he's got a good team. So that's a really nice addition for him to have Cohen available.
Right. So, and I want to say, I won the last one. Geringer, I picked you. So at this point, I'm 1-2. Let's roll in the next game. Here I go 2-2. I tie it up for the week. And Osborne, I'm gonna
It's
let
a
you.
shame I have to pick myself.
I'm gonna let you explain how you lost by 20 points.
My boy Devonta Freeman. Look at all those points. Look at him. Woo!
Oh man.
All right, early on, Gronk goes and has a good game, and Hogan have a good game. I'm pretty happy. Patriots are doing good. I'm like, all right, I got a chance today. And I look over, and Travis Kelce's matching Gronk point for point, and I was like, all right, well that there goes that. I was hoping for like a 2 to 4 point game from Kelce, just utter trash, hoping that would carry me. It didn't. Bernard, having to start Bernard on the Thursday night game before I made the trade with Cook hurt. I would have liked to have started Gore over him. Obviously, it didn't matter, but you'd always like to see making you always want to put out your best team possible. So we'll see what happens going forward. But I would have liked to have seen putting up 100 points to be good enough for a win. I think it was something like 4th or 5th best in the league this week, and it just didn't get it done. So Dalton's got a good team.
Dalton does have a good team. He's currently 2-0 in the lead in my division, and sucks. Just
Yeah, see, I'm
sucks.
fourth most points if you look at it there, and I still did not win.
Well, let's
Shame.
move on to the guy who's leading your division and the guy who I picked. So at this point, I'm 3-2. He has to come back in the last game to tie it up. But Geringer, do you wanna talk a little bit about this one?
Well, I don't think that Kemner's points necessarily came from where he would have thought they would, because Ezekiel Elliott did not have a fantastic game, and then he also had Jordy Nelson go down with the injury.
Right.
So
But I mean, he
But
shorted up, right?
when you're going against the a team that looks like the opposing team right here, he didn't
So
really
you're
need
not-
as many points.
You're not a fan of the Cowboys roster right now.
No,
Hmm.
I am not.
What would you do going forward? You see there's a guy with 12 points at QB, 18 points at running back, 12 points at tight end. What would you do going forward off of his bench to try and help him out going
Well,
forward for
At this
future
point,
games?
I think I think Javarius Allen is probably a set and forget running back.
Old Buck Allen.
And Murray is in danger from Henry at this point in a couple weeks if he doesn't play well.
Yeah.
Jordan Howard too. Ugh.
Yeah, Jordan Howard's in danger too. Like he had a
Those are his
solid-ish
first and
looking
second
team
pick, aren't
at the
they?
beginning. Yeah, he had a solid-ish looking team at the beginning of the season, and he's in danger of losing a lot of starters.
And you think, you go that 1-2 punch with running back that you're set for the season, and he's going into week 3 and he's like, I don't know what I got.
I thought he was crazy when he put that much free agent bid on Allen. I felt like he went really too high.
Yeah.
And it's proving to, the first week that he's had more opportunity, it's proving to work out well for him. So that actually might, benefit him in the long run.
Right. So I'm going to move on to the last game here.
Henshaw. Dude.
Henny Bo Benny.
Mm.
I picked against him and it paid off. So,
Killing me, Henny.
Osborne, I'm gonna let you talk a little bit about your old roomie Henny, and we'll move on to this week's games.
Well, obviously you picked the right quarterback, but I'm a little confused about the Coleman switching out with Shepard pick. Why? Just why? That wouldn't have won. That's you'll still be like 0.3 off or something like that from winning. But Coleman's consistent. He's putting up those points every week, and Shepard's shown he's nothing. And the Giants' offense has been terrible. So please, just don't do that again. I'm picking you this week. Spoiler alert. So don't do that stupid shit again. Put Derrick Henry in for Isaiah Crowell. Put Coleman in on your flex, and get yourself a victory this week, buddy.
I think he may have dropped Sterling Shepard at this point.
That's good. Okay, I haven't.
I want to say I saw him get dropped on the waivers, but I'm not sure.
That's where he belongs. Definitely.
Giants not looking.
Yeah, until the Giants fix their offense, Shepard's not going to be of any use to anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to this week's picks, and in addition to myself and Osborne making picks, Gehringer's also going to be making picks. So we know we're taking a little more time, but we're going to roll right through it. So for this first game, I have Shy. Obviously, I'm going to win. So I'll pick myself. Osborne will be forced to take the opposing team, even though I'm sure he doesn't want to. But as far as this game goes, I think I don't know. I'm looking at it now. Drew Brees against Carolina. Do they have a good? No, they don't have a good secondary, do they? Not anymore.
No, they're not as good as they were. They're better on the run.
But
run games.
McCoy against Denver, that's kind of a rough one. Although I will say,
I think he might surprise you.
I think that Denver's rushing D hasn't been so great this year. I think it's their passing D that's been really good. So I think that he could do fine there.
Yeah, but they're going to get ahead, and then I guess Buffalo doesn't have a wide receiver core, so they have to run anyways. But Denver's going to get ahead early in that game.
Yeah.
It could change the game plan for Buffalo.
Right. Okay. Well,
I'm taking the Titans here. Odell Beckham's going to bounce back, but I think the key to the game is picking the correct tight end out of the 3 that you had on your roster as of, I guess, Monday. I don't know if you still have 3 on your roster, but it looks like you do. Yeah. So pick the right tight end out of the 3 that you have. Pick the right quarterback, and you got this game in the bag. Hyde and Montgomery are going to put up points, and I'm confident in Bryant. And well, he's going against Peterson. I'm confident in Beckham, not so much Bryant, but you got it. Just pick the right tight end.
And what do you think, G?
I think I'm going to have to go with McKay on this one.
Woo! Vote of confidence. I like it. All right.
You don't need to pander to the hosts, Like, you can pick against us.
Yeah, you can pick against
I
them.
realize that.
You can pick against them. Don't worry.
We'll still invite you back.
I like McKay to get his first win there.
All right. It's going to be a good division. All right, let's move on.
Yep.
We have the Redskins and the Chiefs. Gehringer, your game?
Obviously, I'm going to have to take my
pick first. I don't want him to sway
don't let me pick
our
first?
decision. Yeah.
Okay,
He'll
go
sway
ahead,
our
guys.
decisions here.
I want you to break down the game for us. But, who should we pick?
Okay, fair.
Give us a reason.
All right, well, logic would suggest that you pick the Redskins here because they're the highest scoring team in the league right now, I think, and they're 2-0. But their matchups aren't the greatest this week, I don't think. And some of the matchups for my players are pretty good, and their lackluster performances are starting to turn into some more consistent performances. So
Yeah.
anything could happen here.
Hey, Osborne, I don't know if you know or not. Do you know the percentage of teams in first place that have Kareem Hunt?
94.6.
94.6. That is
Not surprising.
ridiculous.
He is carrying.
That is Yahoo
I mean,
Leagues, by the way. That is 94.6 of Yahoo Leagues.
Redskins have a really good team even without Hunt. They have a lot of players, but
Yeah.
he has made a big difference for them. That is for sure.
Okay, you say he's got a lot of players without Hunt. If Hunt doesn't pan out, who is his second running back?
Dalvin Cook.
No, Dalvin Cook would be his first if,
Okay,
if
okay,
Hunt
okay.
doesn't work.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
So
He
yes.
he looked a lot more solid before Terrence West lost his job.
Yeah, I am just sitting there.
His team doesn't look quite as good now.
Yeah, and
without Kareem Hunt.
McFadden's probably not going to be getting a lot of time this season.
No, his bench does not.
I know Amari
add
Cooper
any
had that
value.
lackluster game last week because Crabtree got all the targets.
Yep.
In the red zone.
Yep. So
Yeah, this is a team that needs to stay healthy to be successful.
I will say that his bench is very shallow, but I think that his starters are the best in the league, probably.
Yes. Yeah.
I would agree.
I think he makes some moves on waivers and he can bring it up. That being said, I'm gonna err on the side of logic, and I'm gonna take my old boy Pip.
Oh.
Yeah.
We bring a guest on the show and you just leave him like that.
He's picked me 2 weeks in a row. He can't do it 3.
Yeah. I gotta break it up. I gotta break it up. And also, he's in my division. I can't have him winning all of them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Who you got?
Give me G. I mean,
I
you got
appreciate
the Jets.
the vote of confidence.
The Jets JV high school defense against Jay Ajayi. Yes, please. I don't
Yep.
care if he practices.
Give him
Yes, please.
30 touches, and he'll give some touchdowns this week, maybe. He'll be a
Now,
monster.
I'm going to say this right now, though. You said your matchups were better than his, and I flat out disagree.
You
The
don't think so?
Chargers against Kareem Hunt, give me Kareem Hunt. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers against Dalvin Cook, give me Dalvin Cook. Detroit against Julio Jones, come on. The list goes on and on of bad defenses that he's facing right now. And you got KC for Phillip Rivers, who did a great job against Tom Brady. Green Bay has shown that they can cover.
They did do well against Tom Brady, but if you look at how many points they've given up to quarterbacks and wide receivers, it's up there with the top in the league, fantasy-wise.
And I like Rivers this year. I like the Chargers this year. So it could work out. You got Benjamin against the Paper Mache Saints. That's good.
Yep.
But you still have Doyle. Why is Doyle still on your team, dude?
He's
What do you
number
mean?
11 tight end right now, and
I don't
hasn't
care
even
what
caught
he
a
is.
touchdown yet.
I don't care what he is.
You guys can keep trash talking him all you want.
Oh, man.
Go. I dropped Austin Hooper this last week. Go pick him up.
Who did shit last week?
He'll be fine. He didn't get targeted. He'll be better than Doyle, even against Cleveland. But I like Carson in Tennessee. Keenan Allen's where I think you're going to struggle. Marcus Peters was outlandishly good against the Patriots. I didn't watch him as much in week 2, but he is traditionally a very good cornerback. So I'm picking you, but I'm doing it on the back of a Jay Ajayi.
All right. Let's move it along here. Gantz v. Osborne. Osborne, I'm gonna let you break down this game. Tell us why we should pick you.
Oh, why you should pick me to win?
Yeah.
Gronkowski and my wide receiver core. I got Tyreek Hill going against the Chargers, and what is it? Verrett's out, the best corner for the Chargers. I got Gronk. He's coming back. He'll be fine. I got Demaryius Thomas, and I got Diggs against Tampa Bay, and I believe that Bradford will play this week. So I got a strong wide receiver core. I've got Gronk, and then I'm going to get my 8 to 10 points from Abdullah and Gore. I'm going to get my 12 to 15 from Prescott, and I'll find a kicker before the game starts. I'm a little worried about Allen, but he's going against Jacksonville. He's going to have a tough sledding there. Stewart could do well against the Saints, but he hasn't done well he didn't do well last week. Randall Cobb is hurt. He might not even be playing this week. Overall, I'm a little worried about him getting the Ravens into the Jacksonville offense, but I'm pretty confident that I can go against the other bad team in the league. I think we're the 2 worst teams in the league, so I'm hoping to go ahead and claim 11th from him.
Well, let me say some words to you real quick.
Let's hear him.
Jonathan Stewart is going to run through New Orleans' disgrace of a defense like no other. Javorius Allen is the future coming out of Jacksonville. Randall Cobb is going to step into that Jordy Nelson role.
Randall Cobb might not even play this weekend.
Nah, he's fine. He's fine. Don't even worry about it. Alshon going to put up a huge week like he did last week, right? Right? Did he have a good week? 20 points? I think it was.
He's got the Giants defense this week, though.
Thank you,
Especially if Janoris Jenkins is back in there.
Yes.
Yeah. Jenkins is solid. I'll give you that. All right. Anyway, I'm taking whoever's playing you. I'll take Goss.
That's good money.
Yeah.
That's good money right there.
Yeah. What do you think, G?
I'm gonna return the favor to Osborne here and say he's gonna win this game on
That's my boy.
On the backs of Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is gonna catch some touchdowns this week.
All right.
That's what I like to hear.
And as y'all can see, the game's already started here. Pierre Garcon is playing football, so this may be a little bit of a halftime show for you. Man, those running backs.
God, I know.
Not only that,
I feel shame.
But
I feel shame.
that LSU defense in Arizona, that LSU secondary is gonna swat them.
You saw Ebron say that Landon Collins ain't no honey badger.
You better believe
he's calling out.
You better believe
calling out the honey badger, saying he's a beast.
He's a beast. It's a shame that he couldn't play his last season.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Can't win them all.
Well.
Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah. Who we got here? We got the Texans and the Eagles. I'm taking the Texans. I'm taking old Yvonne Kimner. This is going to be a great game. I think Henshaw does have a very solid team. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he makes the best decisions. Maybe he needs a lot of machine to do more picking for him. But I think that the teams are solid here. I think that definitely Kimner with Tariq Cohen, with Crabtree, Nelson looks solid. Elliott, he's got to have a better week, right? C.J. Anderson he's showing that he's a running back 1 this season. So
yeah, we were knocking him for picking him in. Was it round 3? And it looks like it was a good choice. So
yeah,
it works out well.
Yeah, it's crazy, in retrospect, the decisions people made.
Yeah. If I was Henshaw, I desperately need you to win because Kemner's in my division. Look at my record, take it with a grain of salt, but I would be starting anybody other than Lamar Miller at this point going into New England. He's put up 10 points against 2 defenses he should have been able to run the ball on. And you've got Tevin Coleman against Detroit.
Deontay Foreman is lurking too.
Yeah, dude, take Coleman or Henry, your choice, and put him in. What did Hyde have? He had 134 yards on the ground against Seattle. Don't be scared by the name.
Yeah.
Put the guy in who's going to get the ball.
Seattle has a good defense, but they have not been stopping running backs well on the ground.
And it's in Tennessee. Just, dear God, don't fuck this up, dude. I'm picking you. I know you can win this. I know you can win this. Just pick the right guys.
All right, moving along. Gehringer, who you got?
I have to take Kimner here. I think it's going to wind up being a closer game than what the first 2 weeks would show so far, but I think Kimner's still going to win.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. All right, moving on to the Colts and the Raiders. Raiders already up. Oh man, look at that. Gurley got a touchdown. I'm still going to take the Colts though. I think the Colts are in for a big game. I think McCaffrey, Gillislee, I think they can definitely do things. I don't know if Houston's D is going to stop those goal line carries. Mike Evans is finally back. Jarvis Landry, hopefully he plays. I think it's a solid team over there on the left. Osborne, what do you think about these teams?
I think the Colts are suffering from the fact that Luck is out. T.Y. Hilton should be a locked-in play for him, and he just isn't right now until Andrew Luck comes back. So that kind of hurts him. So I'm going to go ahead and take. I'm going to use the advantage of the internet and take the team that's up 6 points right now, and go with the Raiders. I like Gurley against San Francisco. I don't need to tell you any more about Devonta Freeman. Kelsey into the Chargers.
That's why you're picking Hinshaw. It's not a loyalty to Hinshaw. It's a loyalty to Devonta Freeman.
Devonta Freeman's on Dalton's team.
Oh, is he?
Yes. It is a loyalty to Henshaw. He has no Florida State players. You have a Florida State player, good old Chris Thompson. I've been trying to pick you, and you won't ever let me.
I'm lost. Sorry, I was watching the game on my phone.
You're good. You're good. Did you know you had an excellent Florida State running back on your team? Because you do. Devonta Freeman, big fan. I'm starting the Raiders against Washington in 2 of my other leagues, so I buy that play right there. And overall, I think he's just got the better matchups. He's got the better team, and the Colts are going to go 1-2 this week. Geringer, what do you think? What do you think about the Luck situation? We've got our resident Colts fan here. Let's bring you in. Give us that local reporting. What is going on with Andrew Luck?
Can he pick against the Colts?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Luck's afraid to play football right now because Ryan Kelly's out and they can't protect the quarterback for shit. If I were him, I wouldn't be playing either. That being said, I don't think we're going to see him for another 2, maybe even 3 weeks.
Hey, what do you think about those rumors that he may be wanting a trade?
I think that's bullshit.
Oh man,
I don't think he would have signed the contract that he signed if he was wanting out. He may be unhappy with the way they handled his injury, and I wouldn't be surprised at that. But I don't think he wants to leave.
Interesting.
So what do you do? Do you fire Pagano after this year?
Fuck yes, you fire Pagano. Mm-hmm. That man should not be the head coach of the Indianapolis Colts anymore.
Are you happy that Grigson is gone?
Yes.
So where do you see?
I'm very pleased with our new GM.
All right, we're gonna fast forward to week 6. Where is the Colts offense? Is Cook starting Hilton by week 6?
No. Hilton will be putting up slightly more points, but I don't think by week 6. And if Luck is not back, I still don't think he's putting up points that are better than Evans and Landry. Maybe sometimes better than Landry, but I still think it'll be dangerous to start Hilton. I think as long as Brissett's the quarterback, you're looking at Jack Doyle and Moncrief, your bigger targets. Your bigger guys are going to be the ones that are going to be targeted in the passing game, in my opinion.
Okay. But let me ask you this, okay? So there are 2 situations. There are 2 roads for the Colts. They trade Luck, okay? They probably get at least 2 first-rounders for him, right? They're going to lose every game. Right. That's a given.
Yep.
They can fire Pagano, start fresh. They probably feel they have a good GM. I mean, if you feel that way, they probably feel that way. So
yeah, I think I've been really impressed with them.
They have the first overall pick or first or second pick. There is Darnold coming out, Rosen coming out. There's a guy called Allen in Wyoming that people are impressed by. And I think there are 2 others that are pretty big and probably going in the first round. I think it's a really heavy quarterback year. So they have 2 first rounds this year, 2 first rounds next year, possibly both of their picks being very high, in addition to whoever they're trading with, possibly. I mean, which road is better?
I think that that they've spent so many years over the last few years building their offense in a way that it works for Luck that I don't think that they'll be willing to let him go. I think that they would prefer to try and draft some players that can draft and or pick up some players, sign some players that'll fix that offensive line instead.
Yeah, because I mean, even if Luck comes in week 6 or 7, he's not going to win every game. So you can expect that they're going to walk away with at least 8-9 losses, and they'll pick mid teams.
Yep. We'd have to be really lucky to make the playoffs this year for sure.
Right. Yeah, it depends on the division. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, the division doesn't look fantastic either.
Yeah.
The problem is we are going to be without our starters for 6 games, so it's going to be tough enough for us to win games without them, and then we're going to have to adjust with them.
So who you got? Colts, Raiders.
In spite of the fact that they can't start Ty, I'm still going to go with the Colts here.
Wow.
I think their wide receivers are going to to put up more points than the Raiders,
Mhm.
and the running back situation is going to be where you got to watch. Whoever wins the running back situation is going to win this game.
Well, hey, man, I agree with you. Colts all the way. All right, so let's move it on to the last game of the week.
Hey, this just in. Important notice just on our FFIRL chat from Shy. Carlos Hyde is actually injured. Didn't someone just pick Breida up 12 minutes before we started this
What?
podcast? Holy shit. Good pickup, McKay.
What?
We'll see what comes of it, but we just got this in from FFIRL. Carlos Hyde is acting injured. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Let's see what happens.
baby.
Let's see what happens. We might have a halftime report on our hands. Let's see if Schefter gets into us.
Hoyer just ran one in. Oh my god. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's calm down.
Exciting stuff here.
I'm pumped. All right, we got the Giants and the Chargers. I'm gonna let you go ahead and walk us through this when I was born. What do you think?
Are you sure? Do you want to pick your dad, the New York Giants? You can have first dig at it if you want.
I lost to Fogarty this week, and I hope that Foreman, even though he is in my division, I hope he beats the shit out of him. I want some payback for last week. Foreman beat his ass. I think that Le'Veon Bell, Fournette, Tate, Hopkins, I think they're all in prime position this week. I think with the exception of Fournette, they're playing some pretty weak defenses. Don't be fooled by New England. They're shit. Paul Perkins, probably ought to take him out. I don't know if that's the way you want to go. But yeah, give me Foreman. Foreman all the way.
All right. Fogarty. It's a no-brainer. Like, what do you mean you're taking the Chargers? Le'Veon Bell has been shit. Fournette's got the Baltimore defense who's on fire. Atlanta's got some corners, so Tate's not going to perform. New England, get the fuck out of here. New England's going to shit on Houston. Get out of here with this Hopkins bullshit.
There's no way.
Watson, a rookie quarterback against New England, in New England. Get out of here. I don't even need to be a homer to know that that's some shit. And then he's starting Paul Perkins, so I know he's not even trying to win. I already said I think that Bradford comes back, so Thielen should perform. Gordon against Casey, ugh. But Lynch into Washington should be good. Stafford's going to rip apart the Atlanta defense with spreading the ball out. He can't focus one guy, but if he spreads the ball, he should be fine. And Chiefs are going to feast on the Chargers.
You suck.
What do you think, G? Give us your analysis. Break the tie here.
I have to agree that Fogarty's going to pull this one out. I like his matchups better.
That's my
in
boy.
general.
He knows.
Especially Paul Perkins starting on any team is
Why is he on a roster?
right. I don't understand. I realize that he's a starting running back, but why? Just because he's a starting running back doesn't mean he's doing anything.
Hey, Garinger.
You
What's up?
suck.
Nothing.
I don't think he wants to invite you back.
Oh,
I think
man.
you're welcome back anytime, my friend. Anytime. Well, that gets us through all of our games, right?
Yep, that's the week. That's the week.
So what are we looking forward to this weekend? What are we thinking? It's week 2. We've seen a couple teams. There's been some surprises. Hunt's been better than everyone thought he'd be. The Giants have been terrible. If you have OBJ and you picked him in the top 8, you're probably pretty upset right now. Wide receiver touchdowns and wide receiver games have been low. What do they have? 10 100-yard games so far, whereas last year was 26 or 30. That post on Reddit was talking about that. And the year before had as many. So, I mean, it's been an interesting start to the season. Do we think it's going to continue this way, or are we going to bounce back and get some offensive production?
Yeah, I think this can't stick, right? We've got to go back to more scoring. I don't think there have been any rule changes that would change it. That's kind of what's been driving more scoring over the years is the rule changes.
Right.
And there definitely hasn't been anything going back. I think possibly. I don't know. They're moving away from padded practices, and I don't know if that's something that could be affecting the offense.
Bill Belichick said that the lack of padded practice is affecting the O-line to the point that O-lines have degraded, and everyone knows that Bill Belichick's the smartest football mind that ever existed, so he's got to be onto something, right?
Well, he's definitely a cheater. I'll give you that. But yeah, I don't know. G, what do you think? What do you think?
Uh, I don't know. That statement from Bill Belichick actually makes a lot of sense. I have to admit.
Yeah.
But
G
I have to
knows.
think it's gonna bounce. I have to think it's gonna bounce back as well. I think that we're gonna start seeing more scoring in the next week or so. I think that some teams just had some surprises that they didn't realize were there, and they're taking a couple weeks to account for them, and then we'll see what happens.
Fair enough.
his name is John
G, you have the forum. You have the opportunity to reach the league right now. I think everything you've said today has been smart and well thought out. I welcome you back for sure. But take a few minutes or a moment, whatever you want, and let us know what you're thinking. Talk to the league, man.
I mean, I don't know what to say. It's a very competitive league so far. I'm surprised, a little bit surprised by
Yeah.
how competitive it is to try and find somebody off of waivers.
Considering some of the members, I have to agree with you.
But,
Of course, here me and Osborne are 0-2 putting on a show. Maybe some of y'all need to come on and tell us what to do, because God, we suck.
Yeah, no
some big
shit.
surprises so far this year.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think.
Thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
First guest on the show. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Of course.
Yeah. It's been good having you, man. And
Yeah.
anyone else looking to come on the show, it's an easy process. You can do it. He's doing it from his phone. So I mean, just let us know, and we can find a way to work with you, and we'll get you on here. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yep.
You got anything else, buddy?
No, I mean that wraps up I think this is going to show around halftime. So enjoy your halftime show, and let's see what happens this week. Good luck to everybody, and take it easy.
All right, guys. Well, that's been it for us. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you next week. All right. Bye-bye.